Voddie Baucham, an American pastor, writer, and academic, he spent 9 years as the Dean of Theology at the African Christian University in Lusaka, Zambia. For many years, Baucham engaged in itinerant ministry largely in Texas and was also a speaker at several of the early Passion conferences during the late 1990s. In 2007, he was featured in Vision Forum's documentary Return of the Daughters, where he commented that the United States was facing what he described as an epidemic of unprotected women. In 2022, Baucham was honored with the Boniface Award by the Association of Classical Christian Schools, an award presented to public figures considered to have upheld Christian principles of truth, beauty, and goodness with integrity. Died September 25th. He was 56 years. Died after suffering an emergency medical incident. Belva Davis. She was an American broadcast journalist who became the first African-American woman to work as a television reporter on the West Coast of the United States. Over the course of her career, she received 8 Emmy Awards and was honored by both the American Women in Radio and Television and the National Association of Black Journalists. Davis started her career in 1957 as a freelance magazine writer and, a few years later, moved into radio and television reporting. Her work as a journalist included coverage of major contemporary issues such as race, gender, and politics. She later served as a news anchor and hosted a talk show, retiring in 2012. In 1961, Davis began working as an on-air interviewer for KSAN, a San Francisco AM station with a rhythm and blues format aimed at Black audiences in the Bay Area. She made her first television appearance in 1963 on Oakland's KTVU, where she reported on an African-American beauty pageant. Died September 24th. She was 92 years due to long illness. Henry Jaglom. He was an American actor, playwright, and filmmaker. Trained by Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio in New York, Jaglom performed, wrote, and directed in off-Broadway theater and cabaret before relocating to Hollywood in the late 1960s. Jaglom studied under Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio in New York, where he worked in off-Broadway theater and cabaret as an actor, writer, and director before moving to Hollywood in the late 1960s. He appeared in television series such as Gidget and The Flying Nun, and had film roles including Richard Rush's Psych Out, 1968. Jaglom entered filmmaking by assisting Jack Nicholson with the editing of Dennis Hopper's Easy Rider, 1969, and later made his debut as both writer and director with A Safe Place. Jaglom authored 4 plays that were staged in Los Angeles, beginning with The Waiting Room, 1974. Died September 22, 2025. He was 87 years, due to heart attack. Billy Vigar. He was an English professional footballer who played as a forward. He started out in Arsenal's youth academy before continuing his career in non-league football. He went on to make 37 appearances for Eastborough Borough. After leaving Arsenal in 2024, he signed with Hastings United, where he featured in 13 matches across all competitions. In 2025, Vigar joined Chichester City, making 5 appearances and scoring 2 goals. In July 2022, he signed his first professional contract with the club, though he did not make an appearance for the senior team. He was born 2003 and died September 25, 2025. He was 21 years, due to brain injury. Hernán Romero. He was a Peruvian actor who made his stage debut on December 14, 1961, with a role at the TUC. Over the course of his career, he performed in numerous plays, radio dramas, photo novels, and soap operas, and began working in television in 1965. He later enrolled at the Catholic University to study law, but during his time there discovered his interest and talent for the performing arts. Died September 23, 2025. He was 83 years, due to a stroke. Danny Thompson. He was an English multi-instrumentalist, best known for his work as a double bassist. Over a long career, he performed with numerous artists, most notably Richard Thompson and John Martin. From 1964 to 1967, he was a member of Alexis Corner's Blues Incorporated before leading a trio with guitarist John McLaughlin. He later became a founding member of the British folk jazz group Pentangle. Between 1987 and 2012, he released 6 solo albums, and in 1990 he converted to Islam. In the early 1980s, he collaborated with documentary filmmaker Roy Deverell, composing the scores for 2 of Deverell's award-winning films, Echo of the Wild and A Passion to Protect. Died September 23, 2025. He was 86 years, due to a heart attack. André Landzaat. He was a Dutch-American film and television actor, best known for his 1981 role as Tony Cassadine in the American soap opera General Hospital. After training with Furette, he began his screen career in 1967 with an appearance in the television series When Freedom Came from Heaven. Following this early work, he emigrated to the United States and settled in New York, where he studied acting under Lee Strasberg. Lanzot made guest appearances on television series such as The $6 Million Man, Family, Laverne and Shirley, and The Yellow Rose. He was also known for his role as Tony Cassadine on General Hospital in 1981, and later portrayed Rudolph Sticker on Medisch Centrum West beginning in 1989. Died September 22, 2025, he was 81 years.